Hey guys, I know you've never seen me before, but my name is Tess and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you cannot tell, I am actually pretty nervous, but it's in a good way, so it's all good. Like, my heart is literally since this is my first video, I want to do a little intro, kind of get the vibe for like the whole channel and my vision for this channel. I want to do mainly sit down podcast style videos and just kind of bring you along the journey of building a purposeful big life, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have really big goals and I feel like I'm always chasing a bigger purpose and finding purpose in life, and I honestly think that is found within the journey. And I want to bring you on the journey and kind of give you a look into what it's like to build something from the ground up, because that is essentially what I am doing. But yeah, I'm Tess, I'm 22 years old, and yeah, for this video, because we are still under 2 weeks into the new year, I want to break down my New Year's resolutions and my approach to actually achieving said resolutions. First things first, before we get into setting any goals or anything, I want you to realize we have to heal first. If you take anything from this video, please let it be this. We have to heal past versions of ourselves that we are still carrying. We have to heal past traumas and anything that is triggering you in order to become the person who can maintain our long-term goals, like our long-term desires. Because, for example, if you have a really big fitness goal this year, if you woke up in your dream body, in your dream physique tomorrow, could you maintain that realistically with the habits you already have? And I honestly think a lot of our habits come down to unresolved traumas and like the way our nervous system is. A lot of our behaviors literally do depend on things that trigger us, the younger parts that we're carrying. And so it's so important to have an understanding of what's going on inside of your body, what's going on mentally, what is going on, what triggers and what parts of you come up when certain triggers happen. Where I would suggest you start is first regulating your nervous system and understanding how to regulate it and practicing regulating it. Then I would get into somatic therapy and parts work. Those two combined is amazing. I've been doing it just on my own for the last few months, and the difference that I have seen has been insane. For example, for me, I had a part who would not let me do things. Like, I would procrastinate so hard, and I have these massive goals and these massive dreams, and I'm like, these are things on my heart for a reason. I need to achieve them. But every time I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take my first step today or tomorrow, and then it would get to the time and I was doing anything I could to avoid taking the first step into this unknown territory, because I had this part of me that was trying to protect me because I am afraid of failure, I'm afraid of judgment, like all of these things. And this younger part of me was always just coming up and being like, okay, let's see, you can scroll, you need to take a break, you need to go on a walk, you actually need to clean your fridge, you need to actually pull out your oven and clean underneath it. Like, that's what needs to be done before we do this, instead of being like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead. And so I had to really address this part and work with this part, and this is just one example for you to kind of understand. And they can show up in so many different ways, but it usually, those parts are protective parts that are protecting a past vulnerable part of you. But this whole episode is not about parts work, so yeah, that's just a little look into it. But I think healing and understanding your parts and understanding your behaviors and what triggers certain behaviors is so beneficial and so powerful. And I don't think that we can necessarily maintain these big goals and these big dreams that we have once we get them if we do not do the work to heal and become the person that actually can handle that, and we can actually resolve any traumas, any triggers, and be able to have complete control over our nervous system and work with our parts well and get our parts to work with adult us well. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk goals. I set 3 big goals for the end of this year. That one is related to fitness, one is a financial goal, and the other is a hobby and pure enjoyment, because I think that sometimes you need to enjoy things in life just to have the pleasure of doing that thing or to enjoy that thing. First, for my fitness goal, I want to be in the best physical shape of my life so far, because hopefully I keep getting better and better over the years, but so far I want to have the best physical shape. I want to be in the best health possible, not just aesthetics, but I will be honest, I am a little bit vain in that area and I do want a certain aesthetic. But overall, being healthy, the financial goal, I just have a specific amount that I want to be invested and I want to build my investment portfolio. Third is having a hobby and doing things for pure enjoyment, because I am very much the type of person, if I do something, I'm like, well, maybe I need to find a way to monetize this. Maybe I need to find a way to make money from this. Or is this really being productive? Because I don't know. It's just like a little weird thing that was going on with me. And so now my boyfriend's outside the window and he just waved at me. But so now I'm trying to do things just because I enjoy it, because it brings me pleasure, because I think there's a lot of purpose to be found in that. And there's a lot of beauty to being able to, yeah, chase big goals and do all these things, but also do things because it makes little you happy, or you right now happy, you know? I want to get into hobbies that I used to be so interested as a child, and it is my goal for maybe every month to just do something that's straight pure enjoyment. That's all I'm setting, is just once a month, because then it's not like every week where I'm like, oh shoot, I need to do it, oh shoot, I need to do it. But yeah, my overall 3 biggest goals for the year, and I've actually broken it down into quarters, so each quarter will be different. I'm going to more address quarter 1 in this video, and we will talk about quarter 2, 3, and 4 when we get there. What the heck? Baby. Hi, my baby. I took a break and ate some ramen, but I am back. I was saying, for quarter 1, I'm using it to build a strong foundation and build habits, because when we're just starting out, we need to show ourselves proof that we are who we say we are and we do what we say we will do. And the more proof that you have, the better the ball will start rolling, and then you'll just start showing up and it'll just become more natural, because you rely on yourself and you're like, yeah, I know I can trust myself, and what I say I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to follow through. I also read Atomic Habits again, and so I am messing around with a few habit loops to see if I can find any that stick really well, because I love the concept of that. And basically, if you don't know what it is, you get a cue to do a habit, and then your action, and then your reward. I could be saying that wrong, but that's my understanding of it. So I'm messing around with a few things, but those aren't like fully set in stone. I'm mostly using this quarter to figure out what works. Honestly, I hope that my trial phase will be over by the end of January, but I'm gonna give myself grace if it doesn't work out that way, because I would rather have a really strong foundation and have really strong habits than something that's gonna burn me out in like 2 months. I do have a little rule for myself for the habits that I'm trying to build into daily habits, is to just not miss 2 days in a row. Like if I miss the gym one day, that's okay. I'm just gonna get up and go tomorrow, because I think for me, when I start doing something and then I miss one day, I'm like, oh, well, I ate like crap today, or I didn't do my habit today. And so then I just kind of throw it out the window altogether. But yeah, my rule is just don't miss 2 days in a row and we're good. Also just taking things slow. Like for my financial goal of investing more, instead of trying to just invest everything I have, I'm like, if I have 50 bucks here and 50 bucks there, that's what I will do, and kind of just get into the habit of like, okay, maybe if I'm feeling like I need to spend some money right now, instead of just going and buying something that's going to give me instant dopamine and then I'm gonna forget about it and it's just gonna be sitting in my house for the next 10 years, I'm going to just invest like a little bit here and there, instead of just trying to right out the gate do like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Same with my workout plan. I have a very specific workout plan that I put so much thought into, that's like my ideal workout plan. But if I show up to the gym and I'm like, you know what, I am way too sore, I'm not feeling this, I'm going to do a baseline workout and just do like a couple, because at least I still showed up, and I'm using this quarter to kind of get those habits in place, instead of trying to force myself to wait for the perfect conditions and make every single workout perfect, because life happens and sometimes we don't have the time to do an hour and a half workout, but we do have 30 minutes, so you might as well take that 30 minutes and go work out, instead of just being like, well, I'll just sit here and scroll for 30 minutes. Another thing that I am doing is a dopamine reset. I know this is kind of a lot all at once, but I'm just doing a dopamine reset to be able to enjoy the things that are actually beneficial to my life, because I will be honest with you, for a while I was so addicted to my phone and to scrolling, which I do think that our phones are a tool, social media is a tool. It definitely has its time and its place, and it's so beautiful how it can bring so many people close together, but it also has become an escape from reality. And especially when I am like having downtime, instead of doing something that I enjoy, like a hobby or something, I'm like, oh, like I don't really have anything for the rest of the day, I'll just be on my phone and kind of just passing that. And I really want to build memories, build skills, learn new hobbies, and have a life full of meaning, and have more an abundant life than just doing what I need to do and then going home and scroll. And then for my hobbies slash pure enjoyment, I have a goal to do at least 3 things per quarter. It doesn't matter if it's like every single month, just at least 3 things per quarter where I do something that maybe I'm just curious about, or it's something that I really enjoy, something that brings me happiness and that grounds me, calms me down, and that I just have fun doing, instead of being like, okay, how can I make money from this? Am I actually being productive? Maybe I should be doing something else. No, I want to just start doing things that bring me enjoyment, because I honestly think that that is where you find a lot of purpose, like I said earlier, is through the small things that just bring you happiness. And yeah, my main goal, like the thing I really feel drawn to, is doing the things that I always wanted to do when I was a little kid, or when I was like when I was interested as a child, because I think for so long now I kind of just forgot what those things were, and I haven't really been doing a lot of hobbies. And so I was like, wow, like what does younger Tess want to do? Like what did she dream of doing? So I'm gonna just try and do everything, even if it's something I'm interested in now. I just want to try things and enjoy things and really use my free time intentionally. However, a caveat to that is I will not be doing things that prevent me from doing what I need to be doing tomorrow, or things that ultimately lead me further away from my ultimate goals. I do, for this year, my focus especially is health, wellness, getting to a really strong place financially. And I don't see a point in doing things that harm those goals or pull me further away from those goals, because those are really foundational goals for me that builds a strong foundation. Because if I have longevity and I'm the healthiest I can possibly be mentally and physically, that can help me when I have more businesses, and when I eventually have children, it can help me show up as the best possible version of me. And that's just a non-negotiable for me. As well as financially, if you have a solid financial background and you have solid financial structure, I think you can just do so much more with your life. You can give back more, you can help the people around you more, and that's something that is also a non-negotiable for me. So I don't want to do anything that is preventing me from that. And I will say I have learned my limits pretty well this year. So if I kind of just have self-control, know my limits, still go out, have fun, do the things I need to do, but don't overdo it, I think that that's a pretty good balance. You really have to just decide what is worth it, because sometimes the trade-off is worth it, but you just have to decide, okay, is this worth losing 3 or 4 days of feeling like crap to do this? Sometimes it might be, but it's really something you have to think about and just decide for yourself. Anyways, this is my strategy to achieve my 2026 goals. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful or relatable. I will be back every Monday to share where I'm at in my journey and see where you guys are at too. I want to just share all of the ups, the downs, the setbacks, the growth, everything in between. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next Monday.